So, what happened to $100 silver and $5,000 gold? Are we still on pace for $1,000 silver or $10,000 gold? When I started out stacking about 6 years ago, there were claims and videos talking about these same topics. There's new people, new personalities, and some of the same institutions as before who continue to push this narrative of extremely high prices for silver and gold. And, I just wanted to put this out for new stackers, anyone who maybe has been doing this for less than a year, or maybe even those that are still hopeful that we'll see $1,000 silver in the next few years, $10,000 gold in the next few years. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I don't know if it's very likely. Um, some of the people out there, you really need to take into consideration who is the one pushing this narrative. In a way, I find it could be two types of YouTube influencers or video content producers that I would say. They're either trying to sell you something, or two, they're trying to get views, right? And I don't blame them. I don't blame people for trying to get views and drive traffic to their YouTube pages. But kind of what I see that they're irresponsible with is really pushing goals and expectations that are not very realistic, and especially those that try to instill that urgency of you better do it now before you miss out. So, we know we're all driven by fear or greed. And when I started out, silver was at about $20 to $21 an ounce. I saw that it used to be $50 an ounce. So when I started out, I figured, hey, it's possible we could get back up there. But, uh, the longer you do it, the more you get used to the cycles. Gold was about 1300, 1400. This is the 2020 version here. Um, but, $5,000 gold is a possible. Well, this one here is, goes for $4,000 to $5,000, but it's really not what they're talking about. Uh, so again, back to greed and fear. Don't let those channels, those personalities out there tell you that you're gonna miss out, that you need to back up the truck every time there's a dip. Uh, be mindful of your purchases. I don't think we'll run out of time. As part of my stacking journey, I started out at $20 or $21 an ounce, went down to 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15 really was the lowest spot price that it actually hung around. Yeah, it might have been lower, but it was, a few minutes or a few hours or even a day. It was very hard to find deal spot price there for a long time. So, silver is at 28, 28, $27 an ounce now. Um, a lot of people talk about manipulation and how the price is manipulated. In a way, it might be true, but I think it's also to take that into consideration. That, taking that into the plan. If it's been manipulated, it's probably likely it will continue to be manipulated. So how do you hedge against that? The way that I've been doing it is really stacking. At first, I started out stacking strong. I bought just a lot of coins and rounds, and part of a initiation process, I think, for a lot of new stackers. Since then, I've been able to slow down. I feel like I've gained some knowledge of the trends, the cycles, and at this point, I do see spot price being a bit high. I bought quite a bit at 19, 18, $17 an ounce. So for some pieces, I've doubled my money, and that's not bad if you consider, the average returns for index funds or the stock market. You double your money every 7 to 10 years, 7 to 12 years, depending what you buy. So in a way, silver has almost doubled in the 5, 6 years that I've been stacking. A lot of people say, well, silver's not really an investment. It's a savings or it's a hedge. And initially, when I started out, I wanted silver to go up. I wanted silver to double. And I still think it's possible we could get 50. Will it stay there for long? I don't know. History says it'll come back down. But at this rate, at this point, I'm not buying a lot of silver and or gold. And it's the ones that I buy, I really try to hedge so that if spot price drops another $5 or $6, I'm kind of covering my losses. And in a way, what I'm buying is I'm baking in that I might lose money, that I might lose all of it. Obviously, that won't happen, but I do see it somewhat of an investment and as a gamble. Uh, some people call it a savings account with an upside, and that's kind of how I consider it now. I have my basic stack: bullion, generic coins, regular coins that are a good foundation. At this point, I'm just buying and trying to find coins with equity, things that have value built in. I've purchased a few different ones. This colorized version of half Troy pound. I bought it when spot price was 18. Would I be buying this now? Probably not. I bought a few pieces that were, uh, you know, $20 an ounce, but they were considered premium, and some of those have appreciated in price. These bars, for example, I bought, I believe, at around $23 an ounce. That's all premium and spot price baked in. So these are more of my generic bullion, and these were some of the first ones when I started out. I bought Silver Eagles, and those continue to do well. So at this point, I'm going to take it slow, take it easy, wait for good deals, and, pick up things that look well. Well, that's all for today. Be careful what you listen to, be careful what you buy, and be in it for the long term. Talk to you guys later.